Imagine facing life's greatest trials, loss, pain, uncertainty, and still discovering the strength to rise above them, not merely to survive, but to truly thrive. This isn't a lesson from ancient history or a forgotten philosophy. It is a living wisdom that can change your life today. I speak of Stoicism, a philosophy with the power to transform your struggles into strengths and your fears into courage. It is not a magic pill, but a way of living that can guide you through the chaos of the modern world with grace and wisdom. Consider this. In a world that relentlessly pushes you toward endless desires and instant gratification, what if the key to true happiness lay in embracing simplicity, practicing gratitude, and focusing only on what is within your control? This is not another self-help gimmick. It is a time-tested, battle-hardened philosophy that great leaders, thinkers, and emperors have used to forge lives of profound meaning. So, if you have ever felt lost, overwhelmed, or simply curious about how to live a good life, stay with me. Let us journey into the heart of Stoicism and uncover the secrets to a fulfilling existence. Secrets left for us by Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, and Epictetus. Trust me, this journey could be the very turning point you have been searching for. The only thing I ask is that you remain present. If you are here, you are already different from the majority. You are an exception. Now, act like one and absorb every part of this content. 1. Put people first. In a world that often measures success by what you possess rather than what you give, Marcus Aurelius stands as a towering example of true leadership. Imagine being the most powerful man in the known world, where every luxury could be yours without a second thought. Yet, when faced with a devastating pandemic that threatened his empire, Marcus chose a radically different path. Instead of sealing himself away in the comfort of his palace, he took a step that was both bold and humbling. He began to sell his own imperial treasures, symbols not just of wealth but of divine status, to fund relief efforts. This was no mere gesture. It was a lifeline thrown to a society struggling to survive, a society that looked to him for hope. This act of selflessness is a vivid illustration of Stoicism in action. For Marcus, the philosophy's core virtues, wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance, were not theoretical concepts, but a way of life. By prioritizing the welfare of his people, he embodied the Stoic ideal that true wealth is found not in personal possessions, but in a life of virtue and service. This sentiment is echoed by other great thinkers. Aristotle believed that true happiness lies in virtuous activity, arguing that real fulfillment comes from contributing to one's community. Similarly, Plato envisioned the philosopher king, a ruler guided by wisdom, who puts the needs of the state above his own. When we put people first, especially in times of crisis, we offer more than material support. We offer solidarity, hope, and a sense of shared humanity. This is the essence of leadership rooted not in authority, but in empathy and a profound commitment to the common good. 2. Another path is always open. Have you ever hit a wall, feeling as though every direction leads to a dead end? It is a universal experience that can leave us feeling frustrated and hopeless. But what if this feeling could be transformed? Here, the wisdom of Marcus Aurelius illuminates a powerful truth. When one door closes, another always opens. He, along with other Stoics like Seneca and Epictetus, taught that life's obstacles are not the end of the road. They are opportunities for growth, redirection, and the discovery of new paths. At its core, Stoicism is about understanding that while we cannot control external events, we always control our response to them. This principle is a game changer. It challenges us to shift our perspective, to see obstacles not as barriers, but as signposts. This doesn't mean the alternative path will be easy. Sometimes it requires us to dig deep, to become creative, and to develop strengths we never knew we had. Consider the words of Aristotle. The aim of art is to represent not the outward appearance of things, but their inward significance. This resonates with the Stoic view. It is not the external obstacle that defines our experience, but the meaning we assign to it. Socrates, with his method of inquiry, reminds us to question our own beliefs about the challenges we face. By interrogating our assumptions, we can uncover solutions hidden by our initial emotional reactions. The lesson that another path is always open is about recognizing that life's challenges are an integral part of our journey. They shape us, test us, and ultimately lead us toward our fullest potential. 3. Take it step by step. It is easy to get caught in the cycle of planning and dreaming, forever contemplating our next big move while waiting for the perfect moment to begin. But Marcus Aurelius brings us back to a fundamental truth with profound simplicity. Knowing is not enough. We must act. Procrastination is the enemy of progress. This idea of taking concrete, incremental steps toward our goals is at the heart of Stoicism. Marcus himself was not just a philosopher. He was an emperor who understood that the path to fulfilling our potential is paved with actions, not just intentions. But how do we overcome the inertia that holds us back? The Stoic discipline of action offers a guide. Start small, but start today. This principle is echoed throughout history. Aristotle famously said, "We are what we repeatedly do." Excellence, then, is not an act, but a habit. This speaks to the power of taking small, consistent steps. It is not the grand gestures that define our lives, but the small daily actions we choose to take. Plato, through his dialogues, taught the importance of aligning our actions with our values, believing that true knowledge leads to right action. Taking it step by step, as Marcus advises, is about embracing the journey of self-improvement with patience and persistence. It's a reminder that every great journey, whether it's writing a book or building a better world, begins with a single, decisive step. 4. Discard your anxiety. In the quiet moments of life, when the hustle fades, we are often left alone with our thoughts and, for many of us, our anxieties. It was in these moments that Marcus Aurelius had a profound realization. Anxiety comes not from the world around us, but from within. This insight is a cornerstone of Stoic philosophy, teaching us that true peace is an internal state and that anxiety is, to a large extent, a choice. Stoicism empowers us to discard unnecessary worries by focusing on what lies within our control, our thoughts, perceptions, and reactions. But how do we practically apply this? First, we must recognize that anxiety often stems from our desire to control the uncontrollable, from worrying about the future to stressing over the perceptions of others. Marcus reminds us that these concerns lie outside our sphere of influence and should not be allowed to disturb our peace. Plato emphasized the importance of knowing oneself, suggesting that self-mastery is born from self-knowledge. By understanding our thoughts, we can identify the roots of our anxiety and address them with reason. Socrates championed the examined life, arguing that by challenging the validity of our anxieties, we can transform our relationship with them. Discarding anxiety involves a shift in perspective. It requires us to let go of our attachment to things beyond our control and focus instead on mastering our responses. It is not about denying our feelings, but observing them with detachment and choosing not to let them dictate our peace of mind. 5. Well begun is half done. Starting the day on the right foot can set the tone for everything that follows. Marcus Aurelius understood this deeply. Despite his immense responsibilities, he committed to morning routines that grounded him. He woke early, not out of necessity, but out of a desire to begin his day with purpose, using his journal to align his thoughts and actions with his values. This disciplined approach was not about rigid schedules. It was about ensuring that each day began with intentionality. The principle that well begun is half done is a testament to the importance of how we start our days and our tasks. This wisdom transcends time. Aristotle highlighted the significance of habits, believing that excellence is cultivated through repetition. By beginning our day with routines that reflect a commitment to excellence, we forge the habits that lead to a virtuous life. Plato spoke of the world of ideal forms. While we may never reach perfection, the act of striving toward it brings out our best. Starting our day with a clear intention is like orienting ourselves toward our own ideal form, striving each day to become the best version of ourselves. By embracing the day with purpose, we take control of our lives, setting a positive tone that influences all that we do and ensuring our actions reflect our highest priorities. 6. Be strict with yourself. The journey of self-improvement requires a delicate balance, compassion for others, and discipline for oneself. This harmony is beautifully encapsulated in the teachings of Marcus Aurelius, who urged us to be lenient with others while being strict with ourselves. This Stoic principle is the essence of self-discipline. It calls on us to take full responsibility for our own growth, without projecting our expectations onto others. The path of self-discipline is a solo journey, a personal commitment to uphold the highest standards for ourselves. This isn't about being harsh or unforgiving. Rather, it's about recognizing our potential and making a conscious effort to move closer to our ideal self each day. The Meditations of Marcus Aurelius reveal a man deeply committed to self-examination and the pursuit of wisdom. He understood that true progress comes from within. This ethos is echoed by other great thinkers. Aristotle spoke of virtue as a mean between two extremes, achieved through habituation. For self-discipline, this means finding the balance between pushing ourselves to grow and being mindful of our limits. Being strict with oneself is not about punishment. It is about holding ourselves to a higher standard and making choices that align with our deepest values. At the same time, being lenient with others reminds us of the importance of empathy. It acknowledges that everyone is on their own journey. By focusing on our own growth, we cultivate not only self-discipline, but also kindness and respect for the diverse paths of others. 7. Don't resent people. In the intricate tapestry of human relationships, encountering difficult people is inevitable. It is a universal challenge that can test our patience and provoke resentment. Marcus Aurelius, however, offered a transformative perspective. He saw difficult people not as mere obstacles, but as opportunities to practice Stoic virtues like patience, kindness, and understanding. This approach is not just about managing external relationships. It's an internal journey toward self-mastery. Stoicism teaches that our reactions to others are within our control. The actions of another should not be allowed to disturb our inner peace. Instead, such encounters are a chance to strengthen our character. This does not mean condoning negative behavior. It means choosing a response that aligns with our own values and commitment to personal excellence. The psychologist Carl Jung introduced the concept of the shadow self, suggesting that the traits we dislike in others often reflect parts of ourselves we have yet to accept. By recognizing this, we can turn difficult encounters into moments of self-reflection and growth. Marcus's approach invites us to rise above the immediate impulse of resentment and cultivate a deeper sense of patience and understanding. This path leads not only to more harmonious relationships, but also to a richer, more virtuous life. 8. Ask yourself, is this essential? In our fast-paced modern world, bombarded by endless demands on our attention, the question posed by Marcus Aurelius, is this essential, becomes vital. This question is an invitation to pause, reflect, and discern the meaningful from the trivial, guiding us toward a life of purpose. Marcus championed the idea of focusing only on what truly matters, advocating for a life led not by the chaos of external demands, but by the clarity of internal values. This Stoic principle is a powerful tool for navigating the complexities of contemporary life. This wisdom is echoed across the ages. Aristotle spoke of the golden mean, the desirable middle between excess and deficiency. By applying this to our daily choices, we find balance by pursuing activities essential for our well-being. Plato emphasized the pursuit of the good, the true, and the beautiful. By asking if something is essential, we align our lives with these higher ideals. Carl Jung, in his work on the human psyche, highlighted the process of individuation, becoming who we truly are. By concentrating on what is essential, we peel away the layers of societal expectations and superficial desires, drawing closer to our authentic selves and the unique path each of us is meant to walk. 9. Remember these mantras. Amor fati, the love of one's fate, is a call to embrace everything life brings, the good and the bad, with acceptance and enthusiasm. Instead of resisting challenges, this mantra teaches us to love them as necessary parts of our journey. Marcus Aurelius embodied this principle, accepting and making the best of his circumstances, no matter how dire. Focusing on the common good recognizes our interconnectedness. The Stoics believed that as social beings, our well-being is inextricably linked to that of our community. It is a call to live ethically, to contribute positively to society, and to remember that true fulfillment comes not from self-centered pursuits, but from our contributions to the lives of others. Perhaps the most powerful Stoic reminder is memento mori. Remember that you must die. Far from being morbid, this mantra is a powerful motivator to live fully, to prioritize what truly matters, and to let go of trivial concerns. The awareness of death is a tool to cherish life and to make the most of every present moment. This sentiment echoes the wisdom of Socrates, who believed an unexamined life was not worth living, for a life lived unaware of its own end can never truly grasp its own depth or meaning. When we weave these Stoic principles into the fabric of our lives, we invite greater purpose, resilience, and joy. Amor fati teaches us not merely to accept our fate, but to love it, transforming every challenge into an opportunity for growth. Our focus on the common good extends our search for happiness beyond ourselves, enriching our own lives through the well-being of others. And memento mori, that stark reminder of mortality, compels us to focus on the essential, to love deeply, act kindly, and live meaningfully, in the full knowledge that our time is finite. Life's journey is a rich tapestry of challenge and beauty. It is how we choose to walk this path that defines our existence. Let us therefore choose not merely to exist, but to truly live, by embracing the wisdom of the past, to forge a present filled with purpose and a future brimming with possibility. If this message has resonated with you, I invite you to explore further. The videos suggested on screen can guide you as you continue your journey into wisdom, resilience, and fulfillment. Together, let us tread the path of virtue, illuminated by the timeless light of Stoic wisdom. Thank you for being part of the Stoic Journal. Until we meet again, continue to cultivate your inner fortress.